All my stuff is fearsome. You cannot block me. At least like without using additional buffs right now. Hello everyone, Gomez here from the LAN Up channel with another deck for you today. This one, the Fear Me deck, which actually it's kind of a different step than what I normally take in terms of the fact that it is kind of more of an aggro list. Sometimes I do like, because I kind of like to move myself around from aggro to control to mid-range, like to meme, or like combo. Like I change around so much. This is my like kind of like aggro-y fearsome deck. It's actually a really powerful deck with its whole like idea of, because like we've got some more like new fearsomes between these two regions. I definitely feel like this deck with a little bit of tweaking has got a nice possibility of just like, because it can smash down the competition very nicely. You can totally remove the twisted tree line. I only put this in here because of how many fearsomes were going on, but I would definitely recommend like removing this and actually putting in something that can also like be able to, I don't know, like potentially Curse Keeper or something along those lines. Like good, really nice early game for Shadow Isles and what's his face, like Shurima would be really nice in this deck. But the whole idea is because of how many cheap fearsome units there are between the two different regions. We've got things like Skitterer, Nocturne, and even Rite of Dominance, which allows us to completely get rid of the opponent's, like, well, I say completely, knock down the opponent's attacks, which means that these fearsomes have got more chance of hitting their way through. And of course, when you use Rite of Dominance, this is immediately going to go up to a 3/3. Also, it goes up to a 3/3 if you use Glimpse, because bear in mind, Stygian Onlooker, once they have used their Nightfall ability, they immediately go down to a 2/1, so they become like ideal targets to be able to Glimpse or Rite of Dominance. So obviously, depending on what the situation is, you might just want to go into an open attack. You could actually just Rite of Dominance your mana, but obviously I said it depends on what the situation is going on here. But yeah, so you've got all these cards going in here. Miss Wraiths and Wraith Caller. You could potentially maybe like get rid of one of these, or get rid of like just to make it, because at this moment in time you're running 9 cards in Shurima, which means that most of the time you should be hitting this Allegiance, but there will be the odd time where you don't. Obviously feels bad, but really great, powerful, fearsome deck of just knocking into your opponent. This works really well against Nami, which, or at least I've found out that it seems to work really nice against Nami Zoe, because while they're trying to build up all their win con stuff, if you're just smashing them forward, you force them to have to defend self. And same with the Puffcat deck. This deck did really good against the Puffcat deck. Doesn't do too well against control, but aggro rarely does in terms of like control with heals, because the second they start healing themselves up and get in front of you, it can be really hard to come back from that with a deck like this, because obviously you run out of your resources really quickly. The whole idea of this is you're throwing everything out to do damage. But I really do like the idea of this deck, and I feel like with some tweaks, like maybe even throwing in the well, I can't think of its damn name right now, like throwing in some Doom Beast, so throwing in Doom Beast instead of Treeline might end up being like some little differences like that can really help push this to just like smash into your opponent and leave them very little options for what they can do because of all these fearsomeness. But this is the deck. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as obviously shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. All of these games were streamed live on Twitch, so you want to come catch the action live for yourself, please feel free. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, link down below, as well as the link to the Discord if you want to get in there, like like-minded people, share your deck ideas. There's also a tournament that's going to be run, so the link should be in the description as well. Tournament EU shard only. There's £150 worth of prize money up for grabs, so if that sounds like fun, why not consider joining that tournament that me and Jankie from the Voice of the Old One podcast is going to be running. And if you enjoy yourself at any point during this video, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? But do not feel forced. These are the options that are available to you. So let's just get in and see how this deck did in a couple of matches. And so this is kind of a fearsome aggro type thing. Like I like to move between all the different things. And so this is going to be my attempt at such things. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to keep both mercies. I feel like I'm looking for one of my 1 costs if I can get them. Rite of Domination. Which is this is what we're after. I mean, not the 1 cost I was after. Admittedly, Pokey Stick is a thing. Like, there we go. I mean, like, at least having 2 of them. So, what I can do here, think to myself, throw down Elise.
In the shadows.
Next turn, I can throw down a Mist Wraith and throw one of these down. There are so many things that my opponent can have. Like, obviously, they can even throw down their Caitlyn if they really wanted to. Yep, that's fine. So, throw down Stitching Onlooker. It's going to end up being... Oh! Okay.
This time,
admittedly, this is most likely going to die very quickly. Because of the amount of flash bombs my opponent's been putting in my deck, that is... Oh no, aggro goers, should we be concerned? I mean, it's only every now and again that I make an aggro list. It's very rare, let's be honest, in terms of how many times I actually make an aggro list. Okay. But this was just a fearsome deck that, I don't know, like, part of me has wanted to make for a little while, and so, like, it's an iteration of a deck that I made a very long time ago called, oh, what was it? I can't even know. Like, I think it was literally called Assert Dominance, because it runs this. So I believe the deck was called Assert Dominance, from what I can remember. We'll see how we do. Okay, so they're trying to make me draw more. Obviously, I'm assuming that one of these two is going to die. I need to go with the hope. So... okay, these things happen. Admittedly, the fearsome ones all stayed alive, which is good. I was not expecting all the fearsome ones to stay alive. I could have actually used this in order to try to, like, get this attack down. Probably should do. I'm thinking to myself, like, do I still want to use... Do I still want to use this to kill something? But I would rather, like, force them... Oh, I mean, look, they're just immediately going because they know how much fearsome is coming. I mean, that's actually a pretty standard thing. Teemo Caitlyn just go, look, fearsomes! You cannot stop them! So yeah, that is this deck. Zone Nami, hopefully, I should get rid of these. Hopefully against Zone Nami, we should, if we can beat them down fast enough before they level Nami and before that, because, like, a lot of their stuff, other than Shelly, can't defend against fearsomes immediately. So, as long as we kind of go, like, take an aggressive stance against this deck, we might actually have a really good chance. Okay. Because they do have, like, Make It Rain and whatnot. Obviously, they can find Equinox through things like this, or Equinox through things like this, but we're just going to go for trying to beat them down. Beat them down as aggressively as we can. The question is whether or not I want to throw down the Mist Wraith or whether or not I'm going to throw down Elise.
There's nothing to fear.
Next turn, consider Skitterer into this. So they're saving that mana, helping Nami go up. Okay, I could. Actually, no, I can't because I haven't got the. I haven't got the. Do you remember when? Didn't this used to be 2 mana, or am I? Which it just like. For some reason in my mind, I remember Stalking Shadows being 2 mana, because I remember complaining when it was 2 mana, and they put it up, I was like, oh no! Why would you put it up? Okay. So I can either throw down the Sentinel, throw down the Onlooker, and throw down the Mist Wraith, or I can throw down Skitterer and then throw down the Onlooker. Sod it. I'm gonna go with the more development. Might end up regretting my decision. Depends on what they get. Ah, okay, that's fine.
Well,
oh, my stuff is fearsome. You cannot block me. At least, like, without using additional buffs right now. So they do run Power Cascade, which obviously Power Cascade. So potential Equinox, whatever you want to call it. One of the things. Hello! Hello there! How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Okay, right, so they do have one thing that can block us in this massively fearsome set. Sadly, I can't even I can't even like get this down through all these other things. Like, so literally the only one who can defend is this. I don't mind Elise dying. Her staying alive is not actually important. As long as we run them down, that's all that matters here. So we've got Stalking to potentially, like, you know, give us a little bit more resource going on here. This is gonna be our card just to potentially use on top of the onlooker to be able just to smack them down with Fearsome. Okay. Stalking Shadow. See what we find ourselves. Gotta find a gift for Renekton. It's even. I could go either way. This does give me potentially more miss race, but obviously it depends on whether or not we hit the allegiance. I'll take the Hunter. This is Grant. Grant vulnerable. I'd rather throw this down. I'd rather throw that down this turn. Next turn, there's always the consideration of Skitterer. It's when they start getting their lifesteal ones, but if we just smash them before they can steal life, if we can smash them down, it's all good. So there's Nami, which admittedly she's not about to level up actually. She'd still be one away from leveling. So this is not looking too bad. We can totally level up tree line, but I'm not gonna do it. Okay. I could, you know, like you look at saving. I could just totally skitter, but I don't need to. I mean, somebody's gonna die here, aren't they? Let's face it. Most likely, Mercer's Hunter's gonna die. They can do 2 damage to something, so like it's a good job that we threw down the vulnerable one. Okay. Only I had the mana for Rite of Negation. Or Rite of Dominance, sorry. That would also mean that this would have gone up as well, so maybe we should have kept 1 mana back. Okay. Oh, the stun on top of my boy! Okay. So.
Ride with the sun. That's right. Run!
So, I feel like we grab you here. Well, I guess we go for killing Nami. I need to ask myself whether or not it's actually just worthwhile going over Nocturne, because Nocturne's gonna die potentially anyway if they throw down this. So actually, maybe even the better plan is to straight up skitter on top of Nocturne. Fuck Nocturne, he's not needed! Because they could have thrown this down on top of him. They've still got the ability to throw down the knock 'em down, which obviously says that they can throw down on top of the Merciless Hunter. But they can't defend as many places. Because with Nami getting down in health, obviously crap, what spells have I used? I can't even remember what spells I've used. What did I do? Does anyone remember what spells I used? Because I sure as fuck don't remember what I did. What spell did I use? What spell did I? Okay, only Stalking Shadows, they can't use that. So we throw everyone else down and we block the Zoe. So they're gonna kill. That is the level up on Zoe, by the way. So it is squeaky bum time. It is squeaky bum time on that account. That's fine. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. So the only move I have is to kill you with fearsomes. Where's your god now, Nami? I use my trap card. Shadow mode to my opponent. See, that's how you beat Nami Zoe. You simply just flood the ball with fearsomes and stop them from being able to defend. I wish I was going turn 2. If I was going turn 2, Reaper into Onlooker would have been a devastating move. A little bit upset about that. You get what you get. I can still throw down the Reaper. I'm thinking about throwing this down on turn 3. Sending a message through this, but I'm curious, have you messed with Fallen Reckoner yet? I'm trying to remember. Is Fallen Reckoner's the one which comes back as an ephemeral? Isn't it, from what I can remember? Your mic is messed up. Is my mic messed up? Is anyone else getting that situation? I'll have a look at it if people are getting it. I don't know why my mic would be messed up. That's the only reason why I question it. Oh, Big Pump wants to throw you out, but I can wait on that front. Part of me's thinking horror into stitching Onlooker. It's not a bad move. Sounds good to me. I do apologise. Yeah, but it applies that can't block. Okay. Speaking of fearsomes, I assume there's gonna be a well, I can't think of names right now. Vile Feast. I'm assuming there's going to be like a Vile Feast or something like that. I do still have a glimpse if it's needed. Curse you, Yugi! Okay. Not gonna lie, that's not hitting me where I need it to hit me. Especially not this little man who I was really hoping to have some good times with. Okay. I guess I'll remove this. Not that it really matters either way, because it doesn't like let this one go up in health. This one only goes up in attack. But okay. So they don't have to block that, by the way. It's more beneficial for them not to block that. Okay. At least I'm starting to get out. I can start to build a little bit. So I could go like this. So next time I'm gonna have 5 mana. Need to work out what my best thing is. So I'm gonna have 5 mana next turn. Like, I could throw this down. Oh, do I just throw this? No, okay, right. Hope I hit Allegiance. Okay. Next turn, there is always
It's showtime.
Merciless Hunter. Actually, no, we'll go Elise into Merciless Hunter. I could have gone. This, I guess, might have been a better plan, just to buff up all these Mistwraiths. So that might have been a better plan to go with the Mistwraith rather than the Elise. Considering the fact that everything that they've currently got can go against me. I need to think Veigar could drop on this turn. Okay, so I could throw down the I'm gonna go with throw down the Mistwraith and the Onlooker, because if they throw down Veigar, I want to still have the Merciless Hunter as a way of of course. I want to still have the Merciless Hunter as a way of grabbing. And that's what I'm gonna tell myself. That's how I'm gonna sleep at night. Okay. Elise dies very quickly to both of these two. But I need to think to myself, is it just, do I just go forward with her? I'll keep her back, because she does count if I'm going to try to go for this thing. She does count, because this has to see those things go forward. So, I'll go with this plan. I can live with it. I'm going to start to see problems coming off the prank, but that's later Gomez's problem.
Spotlight on me.
Do I just throw this onto you? I can leave you. Okay. That is twice that they've used. That's the Veigar coming down. So that is twice that they've managed to use Withering Mist. Okay. Not ideal, but we do have a Merciless Hunter. So, gotta find a gift for Runeterra, right, Arda? The question is whether or not, actually this doesn't, I mean, I guess this does affect you, but the only one who I've got, I mean, I will go like this, I like, as much of me wants to see what I can find in the Stalking Shadows, I still feel like I do need to get rid of Veigar at this moment in time. Like this, I feel like my opponent is expecting this. Okay. Sod it. So I can grab... I mean, there are moves that they can definitely have that will fuck me up. But okay. It's more the fact that the knowledge of this... So... Stalking Shadows is going to have to do a lot of work. Like, Stalking Shadows is going to have to do a lot of work. Okay. Lots of work for the Stalking of Shadows. Now, admitting that they kill Elise, I can live with her dying. Like, that's the least of my cares right now. I'm more just worried it to be a ticker that was going on here. Potential stun mechanic.
Dear.
So they throw down another Veigar to get his stun out of the Rent Horizon on top of this one. That stuns like everything on this side, so we don't even manage to get any attack on my opponent. Like, I could see that happening. We'll see how it goes, right? My headphones are just broken, I think, so it sounds fine to me. Are you seriously playing Twisted Tree Line? That's kind of low tier, even for us. What do you mean? It's an amazing... Yeah, no, I thought this would come out. Sadly, nothing I can really do about it. I could, which like... Because it requires the hit, doesn't it? Or does it not?
Well,
How does what does the wording on this say? Stun an enemy, then... Okay, so it doesn't actually... I don't think it matters if you stop it or not. What I'm just saying is, like, if you stop the target, if we were to Rite of Dominance the target, obviously we couldn't do it last time, we didn't have the mana, but out of curiosity, if you were to, does that stop it? So, 6/6.
Death as easily as clay.
Right. Death is coming. I can... Weirdly...
Its regards.
Is it weird that I can... Like, I feel like I need to do it on the... When they use the darkness. I feel like that's when that spell needs to come out. Let's go with some Miss Wraiths. Miss Wraith is never a bad shout with this plan. Okay. And do I want to sacrifice this little one? Okay, so they're gonna throw down darkness, let's face it. It's a bit of a shame. I would rather be doing this on my attack turn. Because I'd rather do this on my attack turn, because it would mean that I would knock this out of being able to block Fearsomes. I mean... Okay. I know that I played the ephemeral one, so that was my bad. It was my bad that I played the ephemeral Miss Wraith, but I knew I knew these things. I knew the risks. He says. Okay. So, kill an ally. Admittedly, Senna and whatnot could still make their way out. I've got big ass problems. I know it to be true. On the plus side, he does make everyone have -1 as well. So, this is just testing the waters. Like, boom, 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 boom. As everyone goes down. You know that death is gonna come for you. Okay. You know when death is coming. Okay. There's Senna. Yeah, so they can do this at fast speed.
It's a good thing you're cute, babe.
Which I expected. I expected to see, sadly. The only thing I can do is try to kill this. I know they're probably most likely they're gonna use darkness to kill this. You tell myself, do I want to throw this down in here, or do I want to try to kill you? It does mean doing less damage, but let's face it, we're going for trying to kill this. most likely Elise is going to die. We get the level up! We get the level up on Nocturne! I completely was not paying attention to the level up on Nocturne, which would have meant that these would have been... Like, potentially we shouldn't have hooked this one, but let's face it, death is coming. Yeah. I will live with the decisions. Ah! Devastating maneuvers. Devastating maneuvers to save Veigar's life there. We did what we could. Sadly, wasn't good enough. I feel like this is now the end. This is now the end game. Now, the fact that they're going to start getting closer and closer to that Senna every single time. I mean, we do have another one of these.
Keep your distance.
I mean, yeah, Senna's just going to throw that down again and definitely going to kill this. I've really got to leave it. So, I tell myself, yeah, you're sadly going to go down. I can kill this. But yeah, again, it's one of those things where I need to kind of wait and see if I get another thing. But with Senna on the board and with the fact they're making a darkness every single time at fast speed, I'm not gonna lie, it's not good. It's really not good. And the fact that the darkness is going down in price as well. Everything is going terribly, terribly wrong. But prismatic it so that we get so prismatic the tree line. Okay. So they can break my spell, which, let's face it, no matter how much you put this to, I will always be able to activate it. The only problem is whoever we grab Veigar with is already dead. Like, that's... the point is, whoever we try, like, we can't try to kill Veigar. Because if we try to kill Veigar immediately, darkness goes in to save his life, let's face it. Okay. We can't really kill Senna. If only we could have grabbed Senna or been able to target Senna in some way. But I definitely should have actually just gone for the Rite of Negation to begin with.
Oh, dancing partner.
I mean, they're definitely going to use this over here. Yeah. Yep. Sadly, I have no way. I mean, I should have probably gone with the Rite of Negation first. All it would have meant was that these two couldn't have been blocked as easily, which would have only given me, with the health that my opponent currently has, it would not have given me that much. So I mean, even doing this to kill this unit, I don't really think it gives me too much. All it's doing is giving me a little bit of extra attack on the back. That's literally what this is giving me. It's all good. It's all good. It's a very controlled deck, which is, it focuses on like there's like points of healing. Like obviously we saw what is it, like which is the mist card. We saw like double withering mist. Like this deck can't work against the healing control deck, sadly. But to be fair, it's the same as any aggro deck. They fall apart against the control strategy. Just come on, finish the fight. You know that you got, because all it takes is 2 core. Go forward with Senna. Senna creates another. Yep. So I mean, death has come. I know when death has come. Shout them out to my opponent. Finish me. Really well played. Yeah, keep his hand full of fearsomes. I'm going to be going on turn 2, so it gives me access to go from Reaper into Onlooker.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Okay.
I'll scout ahead.
I will accept.
Yeah.
Admittedly, there are like moves like Pokey Stick, as I say, like there are moves that my opponent can have that can be quite devastating to me. But okay, we go. So, forcing the damage. Know that I've got right of dominance at some point. And use it now so that they can't get their attacks through. I could technically use it now so that they can't get their attacks through.
You're certainly the fuzziest partner I've worked with.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
I guess I should have really gone with Caitlyn, because she's the only one who can defend against Fearsomes. So, potentially that should have been the thing. I probably will regret the decisions I have made here today. Without a shadow of a doubt. I will regret the decisions that I've made in order of grabbing Teemo.
Now you've gone and upset it.
Actually, I'll leave you back. Actually, no. I'll grab Teemo with you. Alright. If I throw this forward, they throw Caitlyn into it. Sod it. Sometimes you gotta go Billy Big Bullocks and hope for the best.
Manners?
Oof! Of course.
Bandle Scout Troop
Oof!
0009,
On the plus side, at least actually that... It didn't do the 3 damage, they didn't get 2 costs. That actually... At least he still died. I thought they were gonna kill her because it does like 3 damage if it's if it meets certain requirements. But luckily enough, it did not. So... Ooh, it's either... It was the massive consideration. Did they make sure that they stop my fearsomeness? Or do they go for which like a stopping what could be a refill?
You dropped something.
Oh, no! Oh, that has hit me quite deeply, I will not lie. That's hit me to the core. That's what that's done. Okay. On the plus side, Nocturne. If we can get Nocturne out next turn, Nocturne does actually cause, you know, slight problems for my opponent as well.
This one's a fighter.
I'll do I'll do even just throw Elise into the way of it. Okay. Okay. I'll take this. Sometimes, when there's nothing left to believe in, you believe in hope. I mean, admittedly, actually, has that got me out of range to be able to experiment? Because Nocturne is 4 cost. Actually, no, we should still be able to Stalking Shadows into him. I mean, admittedly, the level up is not the one that I needed to see. A true Failurian welcome. Yeah, the level up is not the one that I needed to see because now that is just. But the only plus side is I can make her vulnerable, and by making her vulnerable, I can decide where she goes in the placement of all this. Now, admittedly, there's still a lot that can go wrong. Okay, there's still a hell of a lot that can go wrong, but we can place her at the very end. Okay, so there's still a lot that kills me that can go terribly, because obviously she's lethal right now. Okay, Caitlyn is actually lethal to me at this moment in time, so I have to believe in hope. I mean, draw. They could force me to draw. Okay, they're forcing me to draw. I can't even use unspeakable horror to get one. So, okay, in those 2 cards, just don't have 2 shrooms. Just don't have 2 shrooms. Shadow mode to my opponent. Just no shrooms. Yeah. Oh, shadow mode to my opponent. How did if I had like 18 shrooms in the back. Shadow mode to my opponent really well. From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.